Morning everyone, it's test day. I've arrived at the pupils' house about an hour and 10 minutes before the test. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Before we go any further, on the day of your test you need to bring your licence with you. I check my pupils' licence as soon as they get into the car. You can't forget this, else you won't be able to do your test. What my pupils practice on the hour before their test is dependent on what they feel. They might decide they wish to concentrate on parallel parking, or another manoeuvre, perhaps pulling up on the right. It's whatever suits them. Personally, I like to practice all of the manoeuvres, and then the rest of the time will be dedicated to what's needed for the pupil. For the rest of you out there who are going to take the test, my advice would be to let your instructor know. Let them know what you would like to do, and they should be able to accommodate. An important piece of advice that I'd like to pass across as well would be to say, if you're having problems on the hour before your test, try not to worry. This often happens because of the nerves, and honestly, you're probably better off getting your faults out of the way in the first hour rather than leaving it till test time. Personally, I also think it's important to practice the show questions, the questions that you might be asked to do on your test while you're driving. It might also be a good idea to practice some particularly tricky junctions, maybe one-way streets or even stop junctions. For me, this helps put your mind at rest and allows you to go into your test knowing you can do it. This isn't the time to learn the under-bonnet questions, but again, having a look underneath the bonnet just to familiarise yourself with where things are might put your mind at rest. Generally, you should arrive at the test centre no sooner than 10 minutes before the start of your test. If you do get there sooner, it's unfair on other people as they may be coming back off the previous test. If there are bays in the test centre, generally find one and reverse your car in it so you're ready to pull straight out when it's test time. Your instructor will give you the key, now you're in charge of it. Don't forget your licence, lock the car, and now it's that dreaded walk to the test centre. Now for me, this is the most nerve-wracking part, where you've got to wait in the test centre for your name to be called. The examiner will ask you to sign the declaration in the top left-hand side of the form. The examiner will also ask you if you would like your instructor to accompany you on test. This is your choice. If you would like to go on your own with the test, that's fine, but it's always a good idea to have your instructor walk over at the end and listen to the debrief. Now it's time to go outside, do an eyesight check, and you're ready to start. You're out on your test for 38 to 40 minutes, sometimes longer depending on the traffic, so us instructors are now bored. Sometimes we'll go and get a coffee, but even after all this time of being an instructor, I still get nervous. This is a long wait. So you're arriving back at the test centre, you're nearly done. Keep your concentration because things can be busy in the test centre car parks. You also still might have a manoeuvre to do. When you've finished, your examiner will tell you to turn the engine off and then your instructor will come over and listen in the back. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Just remember, this is what I do on my pupils' driving tests. Every other driving instructor is totally different. They've got their own way of doing things. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for the support for my channel, and if you're interested in any of the gear that I use on my lessons, have a look at the links below.